just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now they go play action with Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career. And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. And a nice run to get him past the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 7. It's 2nd and 8 now.
The extra receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
On 1st down, Howell. We'll find Gibson here complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They go play action with Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They go play action now. Lawrence out to his left. Looking sideline, incomplete. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold color scheme, adding the striking W logo on each side of the helmet and the single gold stripe running from front to back. On third down, Lawrence. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Out left to Dotson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Second down. Howell now. Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down, Howell to throw. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he's going to get this down near the 25. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play it at that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced them to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 2 for now and try and get set up for more later.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Here's the second-year man from Clemson, Travis Etienne. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 29, Lawrence. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year. That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Powell, sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now throwing on 1st down here. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Powell. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Faking the handoff. Howell. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th. Sly able to put this one through, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Jacksonville made Christian Kirk the headliner of their 2022 free agency spending spree, and he's one of the highest paid receivers in the league right now. So what do they expect? For him to get his first career 1,000-yard season and give them big-time production. He gets them a first down right there. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. On play action, Lawrence. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Commanders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And got his man complete. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And Howe will throw it. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Oh, that's the third interception for Lawrence. It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second down, Howe back to pass. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing here, Howell. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke.
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. On first down, Lawrence. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. That's complete to Travis Etienne out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Lawrence, now this is Etienne on the draw. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And they'll run with Etienne. And they'll take this into the end zone. A touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jaguars are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got him bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties. Another throw for Howell.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Powell. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Another completion there. And what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from it?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 25-yard line. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Once more, Gibson. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll go play action. Howell. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Allen coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. And he comes back with one complete. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the 1st down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the 1st down, as you noted.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of the play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 45 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Come on, set.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Point after here coming up. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16.
Commanders 30, Jaguars 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. On 1st down, Howell. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Howell. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Off play action. It's Howell. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Well, I don't know if you ever go into a game expecting to attempt a kick of 62 yards. Charles, not only attempt it, but make it one of the longest kicks that we've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm not sure you ever go into a game expecting to kick one of this distance, but all the better kickers, they do dream of it, and they show what they can do in practice and convince their coaches to give them a chance. That one surely paid off. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Calling the gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Lawrence will throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And a short gain here, down to the 22. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him.
We talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you play strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now Lawrence. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And he's brought down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Ready?
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Let's go, get set.
Etienne will get it into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
As to you said big third down, I'd put the word big in capital letters here. They'll run with Gibson, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Gibson again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. 3rd and long, here's Howell. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now Lawrence down around his goal line. Into the hands of Ingram. And they'll get him down up past the 15. On first down, Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence able to find Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
On the double. Fly. Hey, back.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Ready, set.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. A desperation heave for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lead, yeah, a little extra on top.
Well, CD, always a little extra.